When Aegon the Conqueror died in 37 AC, he left behind two sons, Aenys, born of his beloved Rhaenys, and Maegor, born of stern Visenya. Of the two, Aenys inherited the throne. He was 30 years old, crowned in the midst of the Red Keep's construction, and donned a golden crown, far more ornate than his father's simple Valyrian steel circlet. From birth, Aenys was frail. Rumors whispered that he was not truly Aegon's son, but a bastard born of one of Queen Rhaenys' singers or mummers. His sickly youth gave fuel to gossip, though doubts eased when he was given a dragon hatchling named Quicksilver, who grew alongside him. Aenys was no warrior like his father or his brother. He was a dreamer, dabbling in alchemy, surrounding himself with singers and mimes. He hungered too much for approval and feared displeasing others. His weakness of will would prove disastrous for his reign. Barely had Aegon's ashes cooled before challenges rose. In the Riverlands, Harren the Red, claiming descent from Harren the Black, seized Harrenhal and murdered Lord Gargan the Guest. In the Vale, Jonas Arryn usurped the Eyrie, murdering his brother Lord Ronald by casting him through the Moon Door. In the Iron Islands, a pretender named Lodos proclaimed himself reborn, only to be slain by House Greyjoy. In Dorne, a warlord styling himself the Vulture King raised thousands to defy the Iron Throne. Aenys wavered, dithering over each decision. He spoke of calling a great council, unwilling to act without consensus. Fortunately for the realm, others acted swiftly. Lord Royce crushed Jonas Arryn's rebellion. Maegor, claiming Balerion after Aegon's death, burned Jonas's men alive. The Marcher Lords eventually slew the Vulture King, though not without heavy cost. The Ironborn threat faded when Goran Greyjoy sent the false Lodos's head to the king. Still, Aenys' hesitation left him looking weak. For a time, Aenys found stability. He married Alyssa Velaryon, by whom he had many children, Rhaena, Aegon, Viserys, Jaehaerys and Alysanne. But trouble brewed with the Faith of the Seven. Incestuous marriage had been overlooked in Aegon's generation, but when Aenys wed his daughter Rhaena to his son Aegon in 41 AC, the High Septon thundered against him as King Abomination. The Faith Militant rose in revolt. The poor fellows prowled the roads, murdering royal supporters. The warriors' sons fortified the Sept of Remembrance. Even within the Red Keep, zealots scaled the walls to assassinate the royal family, foiled only by the King's Guard. Septon Myrmison, Aenys' hand, was torn apart in the streets for officiating the marriage. Aenys fled King's Landing with his family, retreating to Dragonstone. Queen Visenya urged him to burn his enemies with dragonfire, but the king faltered. Beset by stomach cramps and failing health, he years. By the end of 41 AC, much of the realm had turned against him. In 42 AC, news came that his children Rhaena and Aegon were besieged at Craighall. The shock caused Aenys to collapse. He died 3 days later, only 35 years old. His body was burned on Dragonstone in the Valyrian fashion. Rumors later spread that Queen Visenya had hastened his death, preferring her son Maegor to rule. Some called her a kingslayer, though the truth remains unknowable. Aenys was remembered as weak, indecisive, and ill-suited to rule a realm forged in war. His reign exposed the cracks beneath the Conqueror's legacy: simmering resentment from the Faith, uprisings from discontented lords, and a populace still uneasy with Targaryen customs. His death left the throne vulnerable. By law, it should have passed to his son Aegon, Prince of Dragonstone. But Visenya had other plans. She summoned her son, Maegor, from exile, and with Balerion the Black Dread, Maegor seized the Iron Throne. The reign of Maegor the Cruel was about to begin. Thus ended the troubled reign of Aenys Targaryen, firstborn son of Aegon the Conqueror. His rule was one of weakness and doubt, remembered less for triumphs than for failures. In our next episode, we tell of his brother Maegor the Cruel, a king remembered in blood, whose tyranny nearly broke the realm.